Both me and First G, my beautiful husband right there.
My thing is that was then, this is now. Let's go forward now with our lives. And I want to say to not only their community, but to every community.
Shirley Caesar, the iconic gospel singer and former member of the renowned Caravans, is finally breaking her silence on the rumors that have trailed her for years. From the struggles of her childhood to her rise to fame and the secrets she's kept along the way, we're uncovering the truth behind the headlines. Watch this video to see the startling revelations Shirley has decided to share with the world. But before diving into these revelations, let's look back at Shirley's early years and her beginnings in gospel music. Early life and career beginnings. Shirley Caesar was born on October 13, 1938, as the 10th of 12 children. Her father, James, worked in the tobacco industry but was also widely known in the Carolinas as the lead singer of a gospel quartet. This early exposure to gospel music profoundly influenced Shirley's path. At just 10 years old, she began singing with her father's group, setting the stage for her musical journey and giving her a taste of performing gospel music. Sadly, when Shirley was only 12, her father passed away. This heartbreaking loss could have derailed her early music career, but instead, it ignited her passion and determination. After her father's death, Shirley embarked on a new chapter, touring with evangelist Leroy Johnson. This opportunity allowed her to develop her musical talents further and reach a broader audience. Johnson's television show in Portsmouth, Virginia, likely gave young Shirley valuable experience performing for both live and televised audiences. In 1951, at the age of 13, Shirley reached a significant milestone, recording her first song titled "I'd Rather Have Jesus." This early recording showcased her talent and paved the way for future success in the gospel music industry. Remarkably, Shirley was making a name for herself at a young age while still attending high school. Her dedication was clear as she spent time touring throughout the Carolinas, honing her skills and building a fan base. This period illustrates the incredible work ethic and passion that would shape her career for decades. However, Shirley's journey was not without its challenges. Growing up in North Carolina during the Jim Crow era, she faced discrimination and obstacles that might have discouraged someone with less resolve. Shirley recalls incidents like restaurants posting closed signs when she arrived, showing the racial prejudice of the time. Even in school, she experienced inequities. Once, a woman handed out cookies to the children, giving fresh ones to white kids while Shirley and her black classmates received stale ones. Much of Shirley's resilience came from her mother, Hannah, who, despite the difficulties they faced, instilled in Shirley the importance of self-respect and perseverance. These values would be invaluable throughout Shirley's life and career, helping her navigate the often challenging path to success in music. After high school, Shirley's determination led her to pursue higher education. She enrolled at North Carolina Central College, studying business education. During her college years, Shirley had an experience that she believed was a divine calling. In the midst of a typing test, she heard someone call her name. Confused, she turned to the young woman next to her and asked if she had spoken. Later that day, while lying on her bed at home, she heard the same voice again. But this time the message was clear. "Behold, I have called you from your mother's womb and anointed your lips to preach the gospel." This powerful moment of spiritual awakening led Shirley to feel she was destined to spread the gospel through her music, a belief that became a driving force in her career, shaping her decisions and approach to gospel music. In 1958, at just 19, Shirley made a life-changing decision to approach Albertina Walker about joining the Caravans, one of the most popular gospel groups at the time. Impressed by Shirley's vocal talent, Albertina was eager to welcome her. This opportunity was so significant that Shirley chose to put her education on hold to pursue her musical career full-time. Joining the Caravans marked the true beginning of Shirley's professional journey, providing her with a platform to showcase her talents to a larger audience and learn from seasoned performers. However, life on the road with a popular gospel group presented new challenges for the young singer. Shirley's first night as a member of the Caravans was a true test. She found herself alone in Washington, D.C., at the Caspa Hotel on U Street, an area rich in African-American culture and history. This was her first time staying in a hotel, and she felt both vulnerable and alone. That night, A male gospel singer staying at the same hotel made an inappropriate advance toward her. Shirley handled the situation with maturity, firmly rejecting his advances and protecting herself. As Shirley settled into her role with the Caravans, her talent began to flourish. She performed alongside some of gospel's greatest, including Albertina Walker, Cassietta George, Dolores Washington, Josephine Howard, Eddie Williams, and James Herndon. This experience allowed her to learn from the best and develop her unique style. During her time with the Caravans, Shirley recorded several songs that became hits, including Sweeping Through the City and No Coward Soldier. These songs highlighted her powerful voice and her ability to connect deeply with audiences. However, as is common in the music industry, tensions began to arise among the Caravans members in the early 1960s. By 1961, Shirley felt called to take a different path. She made the difficult choice to leave the group and devote herself fully to evangelical work. This was not a decision she took lightly. Shirley felt a profound calling to ministry beyond singing. In her own words, "There was no need for me to keep disappointing people. The Lord called me out. My ministry is much more dynamic than my singing." With her departure, a new chapter of her life began. Her journey marked not an end but the beginning of a breakthrough solo career. After her time with the Caravans, Shirley's path took an exciting turn. Following 8 years of honing her craft with the group, she was ready to step out on her own. This shift began when HOB Records offered her a solo recording contract, an opportunity she couldn't pass up. Shirley's debut album with HOB Records, titled I'll Go, wasn't a solo effort in every sense, as she was accompanied by the institutional radio choir, which added depth and power to her already impressive vocals. This album showcased her solo talents with soon-to-be classics like Oh Peter, Don't Be Afraid and Choose Ye This Day, both highlighting her unique ability to connect with listeners through music. Yet, this was just the start for Shirley. She quickly followed her debut with a series of hits that solidified her place as a solo artist. Songs like Satan, We're Going to Tear Your Kingdom Down, and God's Not Dead, He's Yet Alive became fan favorites, while Don't Drive Your Mama Away resonated with many listeners, further establishing Shirley's name in gospel music. In 1971, Shirley reached a major career milestone by winning her first Grammy Award for her rendition of Put Your Hand in the Hand of the Man. This recognition validated her solo journey and reflected the talent and hard work she poured into her music. A few years later, in 1975, she achieved her first gold record with No Charge, a song that touched listeners' hearts and reinforced her ability to deliver powerful, impactful messages. Despite her success, Shirley felt her reach could expand further. She began to feel limited by HOB Records, and when her contract was up for renewal, she made a bold decision not to renew, instead choosing a new path. In 1977, she took a risk by signing with Roadshow Records, a secular label, a move that sparked some controversy in the gospel community. Her debut album with Roadshow, titled First Lady, wasn't her choice of title. The producer selected it, as Shirley was the first woman to record on the label. Little did they know, this title would follow her throughout her career. Though the lyrics remained rooted in gospel, the album's music style was perceived as too worldly by some gospel DJs who refused to play it. Still, Faded Rose emerged as a Shirley classic, even though the album's sales were lackluster. Despite the initial response, the title First Lady soon became synonymous with Shirley. She was introduced as the First Lady of gospel music at concerts, on radio shows, and by promoters. She gave Roadshow Records another chance with her second album, From the Heart, released in 1978. Unfortunately, it faced similar challenges, with gospel audiences still finding the music too secular. Realizing the need to reconnect with her gospel roots, Shirley began seeking a gospel label that aligned with her style and could reach her audience. In 1980, she found her match with Word Records, marking a new chapter in her career. Shirley's time with Word Records proved incredibly productive. Over the next several years, she earned numerous Grammy Awards, confirming she had truly found her stride. During this period, she released some of the most iconic hits of her career, songs that would define her sound and cement her status as a gospel music icon. Among these was God's Got It All in Control, a song that resonated deeply with listeners and reflected Shirley's unwavering faith. Another standout hit, Hold My Mule, later resurfaced as a Thanksgiving internet meme under the title You Name It, introducing Shirley to a new generation of fans. Additional hits from this era included He's Working It Out for You, Jesus, I Love Calling Your Name, and You're Next in Line for a Miracle. These songs showcased Shirley's powerful voice and her ability to deliver messages of faith and hope that touched many hearts. Throughout her solo career, Shirley became a well-known figure on the gospel music circuit, regularly appearing on popular television shows, including The Bobby Jones Gospel Show, which further expanded her visibility and fanbase. Despite her success, Shirley never forgot her roots, often crediting her former Caravans bandmate Albertina Walker as her mentor. Shirley fondly referred to Albertina as the queen of gospel music, showing deep respect and gratitude for the woman who had given her a significant career boost years before. Later, Shirley found herself at the center of discussions about inclusivity and acceptance within the church community. This controversy began after fellow gospel singer Kim Burrell made headlines for a sermon many viewed as anti-LGBTQ+. Burrell reportedly used harsh language to condemn LGBTQ+ individuals, which led to widespread backlash, including from some of her friends and industry collaborators. In response, Shirley addressed the issue during a sermon at First Baptist Church of Glenarden in Baltimore, surprising many of her followers. Rather than distancing herself from Burrell's remarks, Shirley suggested that Burrell should have spoken up years earlier, possibly alluding to the 2015 Supreme Court decision legalizing same-sex marriage. Shirley's comments appeared to align her with Burrell's stance, sparking discussions on inclusivity within the church and the responsibility of public figures in handling sensitive topics. Adding another dimension to the controversy, Shirley also offered advice on speaking cautiously in the age of social media, reportedly suggesting that church leaders should collect cell phones at the door if they wish to speak freely to their congregation. Amid growing criticism, Shirley felt compelled to clarify her stance in an interview with Bishop George Bloomer. Facing the controversy directly, she asserted that at her age, she was beyond being homophobic. She emphasized she would never intentionally say anything harmful, sharing that she knows herself well and has no time or intention to speak negatively about others. Shirley explained she's in the fourth quarter of her life, striving to be the best person and humanitarian possible. Shirley also sought to put her previous comments about Burrell's remarks in context, questioning why the issue was being raised now and expressing that past matters should be left behind. She urged everyone, regardless of community, to move forward, advocating for love and acceptance. Citing the Bible, Shirley reminded listeners that by love all men will know we are his disciples, stressing that Jesus did not specify whether this love should be for any particular group, such as the LGBTQ community or the NAACP, but simply to love all. However, Shirley's statements did not completely quell the controversy. Some perceived her responses as inconsistent or evasive, while others appreciated her message of love and moving forward. Unexpectedly, the situation led to additional scrutiny, with some individuals bringing up unverified claims about Shirley's past relationships, which some saw as an attempt to highlight perceived hypocrisy in her views. Shirley's controversy sparked wider discussions about queerness in gospel music, drawing attention to other Christian artists who have come out as LGBTQ, challenging traditional norms in Christian music. For instance, Trey Pearson, lead vocalist of the Christian rock band Everyday Sunday, publicly came out as gay, surprising many in the Christian music community. Similarly, contemporary Christian musician and worship songwriter Vicky Beeching came out in 2014, having written songs sung by millions. Jennifer Knapp, another prominent Christian artist, made headlines when she returned to the music scene and spoke openly about her sexuality after a long hiatus. In June 1983, Shirley took a major personal step by marrying Bishop Harold Williams, a union that was both a personal and professional commitment. As the couple took on the role of co-pastors at the Mount Calvary Word of Faith Church in Raleigh, North Carolina, they led the congregation to grow to around 1,500 members. Although Shirley didn't have children of her own, she embraced her role as stepmother to Bishop Williams's 2 children. In 2014, tragedy struck when Bishop Williams passed away on July 4th, a deeply personal and professional loss for Shirley. However, in her resilient spirit, Shirley continued her dedication to both music and ministry. That same year, an unexpected turn revitalized Shirley's musical career. Her 1972 song, Teach Me Master, from her album Get Up My Brother, was sampled by Dutch producer Bakermat. The new track, simply titled Teach Me, reached number 22 on the UK singles chart, introducing Shirley's powerful voice to a new generation and highlighting the timeless quality of her music. In 2016, Shirley's career reached new heights when her album Fill This House topped the gospel Billboard chart, proving that, even after decades, she could still create music that resonated deeply with her audience. That same year, recognition for Shirley's contributions continued. The National Museum of African American Music honored her with the Rhapsody and Rhythm Award in May, ahead of its 2018 opening, underscoring her lasting impact on African American music. In June, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce awarded Shirley a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, a lasting tribute to her influence on music and culture. Despite these achievements, Shirley has faced unusual challenges in recent years. Bizarre rumors about her passing have circulated multiple times, sparking confusion among her fans. In one instance, a video falsely claimed that a photo of a hospitalized Black woman with a breathing tube was Shirley in her final moments. These unfounded rumors re-emerged as recently as January 2024, with another video falsely chronicling her life under the claim that she had passed away. In response, Shirley directly addressed these rumors with humor and frustration in an impromptu video, where she lightheartedly dispelled the rumors of her death and debunked false reports of her health issues, including claims of throat cancer. Gratefully acknowledging her continued good health as a blessing, she thanked her supporters for their prayers and love, asking them to help spread the word that she was alive and well, giving glory to God. Shirley remains active in music and community service. She continues to hold her annual Outreach Ministries conference, supporting those in need by providing food, clothing, shelter, toys for children, and financial assistance to those facing hardships. In a philanthropic move, she also opened an anonymous store, using its profits to help others, especially during the holiday season. Looking forward, Shirley has expressed interest in taking on new challenges, including acting, showing that her passion for growth and new experiences is as vibrant as ever. Stay tuned to We Are Trending for more updates, and thank you for watching.